Does the United States dare to fight China? To be honest, if the United States starts a war with China, it will be madness, because among nuclear powers like China and the United States, there will be no winner. Once war starts, a third world war will break out. If China and the United States fight, the world will be in chaos. Let's analyze objectively why the two cannot fight. Recently, China has challenged American influence in many areas. China has built its own payment system and promoted alternatives to the dollar. This is dangerous for the United States, but it does not start a war. Military and economic strength restrain each other. First, military strength. In terms of numbers of naval, land, and air forces, China lags behind the United States, but quality is more important in modern warfare. China has developed sixth-generation aircraft, while the United States is still working on them. With AWACS, electronic warfare aircraft, meter-wave radar, and Beidou satellites, China can counter U.S. air attacks. Regarding the Navy, China has fewer aircraft carriers, but the 055 destroyer can carry hypersonic missiles, a real threat to U.S. fleets. With 82 brigades and Dongfeng missiles, China's strike power is undeniable. The United States may have more weapons, but there is no certainty of victory. Take the example of the Pakistan-India conflict. It seemed like a dispute between two countries, but in reality, the United States wanted to test Chinese weapons. Those weapons proved their capability. That was like a power report to the US. Now let's look at economic interests. Three main factors scare the United States. First, China holds $800 billion of US debt. If China sells this, it will trigger a crisis in global financial markets. Second, China controls rare metals, the main material for heavy weapons. 80% of US imports come from China. If the supply stops, the US military industry will be paralyzed. Third, China is the world's largest manufacturer. Annual income is $18 trillion. Equal to the United States and Japan combined. In wartime, China can produce weapons 17 times faster than the US. The United States fears that war with China will bring losses far greater than gains. The global economy would collapse, countries would wage wars for their own interests, and the risk of nuclear conflict remains. China-US relations are dangerous, but also mutually beneficial. The United States depends on China in the production chain. 80% of solar panels come from China. A shutdown would halt US energy projects. China is the largest buyer of American electronics like Apple products. This is a chain of interests the US does not want to lose. China can pressure the dollar by selling US debt. The US applies pressure through military power, alliances, and technology. But no matter what, China will not lose easily. On the contrary, it will grow stronger. In the end, we must accept the reality. The United States and its allies are still militarily stronger. Their annual exercises target China. But today, they are facing a powerful nation. China is no longer weak. The PLA is capable of defending the country. Great powers act for interests. When interests are at stake and military strength is uncertain, the United States will think twice. The world is not peaceful. The US may want to defeat us, but China stands strong. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to the channel for more updates.